Today's topic is reproduction in lower and higher plant. In previous lecture, we see the development of the female gametophyte. Then we also learn the term pollination. What is the meaning of the pollination? Pollination means the transfer of pollen grain from anther to receptive stigma of same flower or another flower of same plant body or another plant body is known as a pollination. We see this definition in a previous lecture. Pollination consists of how many types? It consists of two types. First type is a self-pollination and second type is a cross-pollination. Self-pollination also consists of autogamy and geitonogamy, and cross-pollination consists of xenogamy and hybridization. Self-pollination is not responsible for evolution and variation, but cross-pollination responsible for evolution and variation because different kind of the plant, different kind of the species and different genera of the plants involved in a cross-pollination. But self-pollination takes place in a same plant body. So, pure lime varieties are obtained in a self-variety in a self-pollination. And self-pollination, it is a sure method. Why? Because pollinating agents are not required. And for a cross-pollination, the pollinating agents are required. So, in this lecture, we see the next term. It is called as a pollinating agent. Pollen grains are non-motile. Pollen grains are non-motile. Wherever pollen grains are present, pollen grains are present in anther. And anther, it is the part of a stamen. Stamen consists of anther, connective and filament. In this anther, number of the pollen grains are present. But these pollen grains are non-motile. So, for pollination, pollen grains are transferred from one flower to another flower or from one plant to another plant. So, their transmission or their transfer, various agents are required. These agents are known as a pollinating agent. So, definition of pollinating agent is the pollen grains are non-motile. They are transferred from anther to receptive stigma by a various agents. These agents are called as a pollinating agent. So, pollinating agent classified. Pollinating agents are classified into two types. First type is a abiotic pollinating agent and second type is a biotic pollinating agent. What is the meaning of a biotic pollinating agent? That is the physical factor that is non-living thing which carry out the process of pollination. These agents are called as a abiotic. In simple way, we remember abiotic agent means the non-living factors which responsible for the process of the pollination are called as a abiotic factor. And next definition, what is biotic pollinating agent? Biotic means the living factors or living organisms which transfer pollen grain from anther to receptive stigma. These factors are called as a biotic factor. So pollinating agents are classified. How many types? They are classified into two types. First type is a abiotic pollinating agent and second type is a biotic pollinating agent. Abiotic means non-living and biotic means living. So then we see the subtype or abiotic non-living things carried out. Which type of the pollination? First abiotic pollinating agent is called wind. First pollinating agent is called as a wind. So this pollination type is called as a wind pollination. And second abiotic pollinating agent is a water. So it is called as a water pollination. So from abiotic pollinating agent, which type of the pollination take place? First type is wind pollination and second type is a water pollination. First type is a wind pollination and second type is called as a water pollination. The scientific term for wind pollination, it is called as a anemophily. Water pollination is called anemophily. And wind pollination is called anemophily and water pollination it is also called hydrophily. Pollinating agent classified into two types. First is a abiotic pollinating agent. Second is a biotic pollinating agent. Abiotic pollinating agent means the non-living things which involve in the process of the pollination are called as a abiotic pollinating agent. And what is biotic pollinating agent? The living things or the living organism which carried out the process of the pollination. These pollinating agents are called as a biotic pollinating agent. First abiotic pollinating agent is called as a wind and second abiotic pollinating agent is called water. Wind pollination it is also called anemophily and water pollination it is also called hydrophily. So biotic pollinating agent consists of three types. First is a insect pollination, second is a bird pollination and third is a bat pollination. Biotic pollinating agent causes which type of the pollination? First insect pollination, second type is a bird pollination and third type is a bat pollination. Insect pollination it is also called entomophily. Insect pollination it is also called entomophily and bird pollination it is also called ornithophily and bat pollination it is also called as a chiropterophily. So remember three words in biotic pollination. First is a entamophily, second word is a ornithophily, and third word is a chiropterophily. So this is the diagrammatic representation of a pollinating agent. Pollinating agent classified into two types. First is a abiotic and second is a biotic. Abiotic means non-living pollinating agent and biotic means living pollinating agent. Here abiotic pollinating agent is a wind. So this type of the pollination is known as a wind pollination, and it is also called as a anemophily. Second type is called as a water pollination, and it is also called as a hydrophily. But water pollination also consists of two types. First type is a hypohydrophily and second type is a epihydrophily. First type is a hypohydrophily and second type is a epihydrophily. So, student, we remember these two terms for water pollination. First term is hypohydrophily and second term is epihydrophily. Hypohydrophily means pollination takes place below the water surface, and epihydrophily means pollination takes place on the surface of the water. So this type of the pollination is called as a epihydrophily. We learn the first pollination. It is called as a wind pollination. What is the definition of a wind pollination? Definition of wind pollination: the pollen grains are transferred from anther to receptive stigma of same or another flower of another plant body by or through the wind. This pollination is called as a wind pollination, and it is also called anemophily. It is also called anemophily. Then we first see the example of the wind pollination. In which plant wind pollination takes place? First example, grasses. Second example, bamboo. Third example, sugarcane, then maize and cereals. Cereals means rice, jawar, bajra. These are the example of the wind pollination. In wind pollination, which floral adaptive characters take place? First character, flowers are small and inconspicuous. Wind pollination, for wind pollination, which floral adapted character take place? First character is flowers are small and inconspicuous. Then second floral adaptive character is flowers are colorless, because because insect, bird and bats are not attracted. So second floral adaptive character is flowers are colorless. Next floral adaptive character is flowers are without fragrance. Then another floral adaptive character is nectary glands are absent in flower. we again repeat this point. Wind pollination, which floral adaptive characters are required? First character is flowers are small, inconspicuous. Second character is flowers are colorless. Third character is flowers without petals. Next character is flowers. In flower, nectary glands are absent. Then flowers are not attractive. Flowers are not attractive. Why flowers are not attractive? This floral adaptive character, because for wind pollination, pollen grains are transferred from wind, not by biotic pollinating agent. So flowers are not attractive. Then another floral adaptive characters are pollen grains produced in a large quantity. Pollen grains are produced in a large quantity. And important character for wind pollination is pollen grains are light in weight, because when pollen grains are heavy, then they do not carry out from the wind. So pollen grains are a light in weight. And position of the anthers are a versatile, that is anthers are exposed on the air. So number of the pollen grains released, and these pollen grains are transferred from wind, from one flower to another flower, or from one plant body to another plant body, and then pollination takes place. So these are the floral adaptive character for wind pollination. Pollinating agent consist of two types. First, non-living, that is abiotic, and second is called as abiotic, that is living. First, abiotic pollinating agent is a wind, that is pollination carried out by the wind. So this type of the pollination is called as a wind pollination. It is also called as a anemophile. Example: grasses, bamboo, sugarcane, maize, and cereals. Floral adaptive character: flowers are small, inconspicuous. Flowers are not attractive. Flowers are not showy. Flowers are not colorful. And in flower, nectary glands are absent. When nectary glands are absent, then nectar is not produced. For sucking the nectar, various insects are attracted to flower. But here, pollinating agent is a wind. So insects are not required for this pollination. So in flower, nectary glands are absent. Pollen grains are produced in a large quantity, and pollen grains are light in weight. And another important character, pollen grains are smooth-walled. Smooth-walled pollen grain means, we know the structure of the pollen grain. Pollen grain, they are unicellular, uninucleated, and haploid. And wall of the pollen grain are called as a sporoderm. And sporoderm consists of outer thick layer is a exine, and inner thin layer is the intine. But when on exine spines are absent, then these pollen grains are called as a smooth-walled pollen grain. Here, abiotic agent is a non-living, so pollen grains are a smooth-walled. This is the floral adaptive character for a wind pollination. This is the first type of the abiotic pollinating agent. Second type, water pollination. Water pollination means the pollen grain, the non-motile pollen grain transferred from anther to receptive stigma through water. Then this type of pollination is called as a water pollination. then this type of the pollination is known as a water pollination, and it is also called the hydrophily. It is also called the hydrophily. Hydrophily consists two subtypes. First type is a hypohydrophily and second type is a epihydrophily. What is the definition of hypohydrophily? Hypohydrophily means when pollination takes place below the water surface, then it is called as a hypohydrophily. And what is the meaning of the epihydrophily? Epihydrophily means when pollination takes place on the surface of the water, then this type of pollination is called as a epihydrophily. Then example of the water pollination. First, best example we learn this example in 11th standard. For example, hydrangeum. These are the aquatic plant. Second example, Vallisneria, then Zostera. And another example of the water pollination is a Ceratophyllum. Ceratophyllum. So we learn the example of water pollination. For water pollination, which floral adaptive characters are required? First character C, that is wind pollination. First characters, flowers are small and inconspicuous. Inconspicuous means the floral corals are not distinguishable. Then second character, the pollen grains are covered by mucus layer, because these are the aquatic plant. So protection of the pollen grain take place by the mucus. So second floral adaptive character is pollen grain are covered by mucus layer. And third floral adaptive characters are flowers without fragrance. They do not consist nectary gland. They do not consist nectary gland, and pollen grains are without exine. Pollen grains are without exine. Inflorescence are produced at the top of the plant body. So these are the floral adaptive character for water pollination, that is hydrophily. And hypohydrophily means when pollination takes place below the water surface, then it is called as a hypohydrophily. Example of the hypohydrophily is, first example is a Zostera and second example is a Ceratophyllum. And what is the meaning of the epihydrophily? Epihydrophily means pollination takes place on the surface of the water. So this type of the pollination is called as a epihydrophily. An example of the epihydrophily is Vallisneria. So in this video we learn what is pollinating agent, how many type of the pollinating agent, and we also learn the types of the abiotic agent. First, wind pollination. It is called as a anemophily. Pollination is known as a anemophily, and in those flowers or plants, this pollination take place. It is called as a anemophilous. And second type is a water pollination. It is also called as a hydrophily. Flower are called as a hydrophilous, and it also consists of two types, hypohydrophily and second type is a epihydrophily. Best example of the hypohydrophily is a Zostera and best example of the epihydrophily is a Valisneria. So in this lecture we learn the term abiotic pollinating agent. In next video we learn what is biotic pollinating agent and their subtypes.